Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I may do the last video of 2013. So yeah, so 2013 has come and gone, and we've seen many movies. Now this list will include the top 10 movies I think were the best for this year. Now this year we had a lot of good movies, and I actually had very difficult time in choosing which movies got to be on this list. But here I will say a few honorable mentions. Um, First honorable mention is The World's End, After Earth. Okay, I know that was a box office flop. I actually liked it, so keep calm about it. Jack the Giant Slayer, Lincoln was very early this year. I think it was from 2012, span into 2013, but I still consider it a 2013 film. Whatever. Now You See Me, Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball number 2, and Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Okay, those are my honorable mentions, 8 of them. Okay, now for the top 10 movies I believe are the best. At number 10, we have We're the Millers. This is a very funny movie. It is number 10, so there are 9 better than it. And I liked it. I liked the chemistry between all the characters in the family, the fake family, and the real family. It was I won't say it was the most interesting film, but it was a good film to pass time, and it was pretty decently written. At number 9, we have Iron Man 3. This one, there's really a lot of criticism for it, and I think it's mostly due to that because we all expected one that one scene where Iron Man was supposedly supposed to go up in space to meet the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I really don't care which ending we get. I still believe it was a well-written film. The action was decent. I mean, yeah, they could have done a little bit better with Pepper Potts or whatever her name is, but I still think it was a pretty cool film. And honestly, I really don't think that scene would have been able to be shown, because last time Iron Man tried to go to space, he nearly died. Now, granted, in the pictures we supposedly saw, it was a different suit, but it was more of a drawing or fan art, so it really wasn't like an actual picture. So I still think it was a good movie. So stop bitching about it. You guys are just upset you didn't get the ending you wanted. I understand. I mean, yes, it would have been awesome to see a little bit of an intro to Guardians of the Galaxy, but we'll see it next year. Okay. At number 8, we have The Heat. The Heat. Sorry, that's my computer. The Heat starred Melissa McBride and Sandra Bullock and a bunch of other people that I don't know their names off the top of my head. Um, I think it was a pretty cool film, decent film to pass the time with. It was funny. I mean, yes, it had its weird or awkward moments, but it was very funny. Some of the albino jokes were very funny, though they can get kind of bland towards the end. But I also think it was a pretty cool and decent movie. At number 7, we have World War Z. Okay, I mean it was good. Brad Pitt was awesome in this film. The child actors, the three of them, they didn't annoy me as much as I thought they would. The wife, I don't know who plays her, but she was amazing. And whatever. The only thing I don't like about this movie was the CGI zombies. It's too much of that, so that's why I keep it at number 7. If all those zombies were to have been like practical, like real life people, it probably would have been higher on my list. At number 6, we have Bad Grandpa. That one was an extremely funny movie. Um, all the way. I mean, it's made by the same people who did Jackass 1 and Jackass 2. So, it was a very funny movie. Pretty cool spinoff. And I really wasn't expecting it, to have a spinoff to begin with. And then when I heard, oh, Bad Grandpa, same people that did Jackass, this is gonna be extremely funny, and I was right. I mean, this is basically what a comedy movie should look like. Well, except for the next one, which is what a actual comedy should look like. Which is at number 2. We'll get to that one later. At number 5, we have Hunger Games #2, Catching Fire. This one was a cool movie. It had the effects were wonderful, the acting was wonderful, and I liked that Elizabeth Banks, his character Effie Trinket, got a bigger role and was better done in this movie. Because in the first one, she annoyed the shit out of me. I couldn't stand her. I like they actually gave her some personality in this movie. I also like how this movie progressed, because the first one was kind of goofy and a bit awkward, but still good. But this one, it took itself more seriously, and it was way better. So that's what I think why I think this one deserves its spot at number five. At number four, we have Man of Steel. This movie was amazing, well done. Henry Cap, Henry Cavill was amazing as Superman. I give props to a guy giving the role to some unknown actor, and then basically being an overnight sensation. Amazing. The action scenes were awesome. I mean, the beginning was kind of slow, but they really picked up the pace, and it was very, very cool. And number three is Oblivion. Uh, Despite the fact that many people, for some unknown reason, disliked the movie, I actually enjoyed it. It's actually one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. If not, it is the best sci-fi movie I've ever seen. Because I typically don't like sci-fi, but this movie really made me enjoy sci-fi. Tom Cruise did amazing. Morgan Freeman, he was amazing. I forgot the director's name, but he did a well done film. I mean, yes, there were parts that were kind of odd and confusing, but those parts were quickly resolved or given an explanation towards why it was weird and confusing, which is what I like. At number two, we have This Is the End. My God, that was the funniest film I've ever seen. And at second place, Bad Grandpa, which is my number six. I love this movie. I mean, these Seth Rogen, James Franco, Jonah Hill, Craig Robinson, Jay Baruchel. Who else was there? Danny McBride. They were amazing. I loved how they played a different version of each other, of themselves. It was just well done, well written. It was comedic all the way. I liked how some of the other actors, also played themselves in a different way. Especially how Michael Cera was portrayed as a crackhead, threat to and womanizer type of person. That was extremely funny. Kevin Hart, Jason Segel, they were awesome in this movie. Martin Starr, Emma Watson. Who else was in this movie? Aziz's, he was amazing. Mindy, whatever her name is, from the Mindy Project or whatever. That was funny. Wanting her to fuck Michael Cera. That was funny as hell. This movie was also, it was amazing with the Backstreet Boys at the end. I mean, I typically don't like Backstreet Boys, but that was an amazing ending. And then James Franco basically going to hell. That was funny. So yeah, one of my favorite movie in this year, except for the next one who's coming up, which was even a better one. At number one, we have Olympus Has Fallen. Best action movie I've ever seen. I mean, all these people just have great chemistry. There's basically, I mean, this movie was basically what an action movie should look like. It was amazing. It was well written, action packed, and it was a good movie. And then I enjoyed it overall. I mean, the actors, Jared Butler, Aaron Eckhart, Dan McDermott, Rick Yoon, Morgan Freeman. They were amazing in this movie. Some of the other actors, such as a kid, I forget who plays him, and some of the other, the black lady who was the second in command to the general or whatever. She was awesome. Um, all these actors were awesome. They all had good chemistry, and I bought it. one and my favorite movie of the year. So I mean, yeah. So I'll just go over the list again. At honorable mentions, we have The World's End, After Earth, Jack the Giant Slayer, Lincoln, Now You See Me, Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Hansel and Gretel. Then at the top 10 list, starting from number 10, we have Where the Millers, Iron Man, The Heat, World War Z, Bad Grandpa, Catching Fire, Man of Steel, Oblivion, This Is the End, and Olympus Has Fallen. Such a great plot, whatever. So yeah, this is Daniel Mart. Yesterday I did the top 10 worst movies of this year. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put it down. A link in the description below. I have done a few reviews for that. For some of these movies, I've done a review for Jack the Giant Slayer. I did a review for Where the Millers, The Heat, World War Z, Catching Fire, This Is the End, and Olympus Has Fallen. So I'll also be putting a link in the description below for those who want to see those reviews, and who want to see me go further in depth to those reviews, and whatever. And yeah, this is Daniel Mart. This is Daniel Mart, and yeah, if you guys want to see more of my stuff, subscribe and check out my page, my channel, or whatever, and so you guys could see a little bit more. As I said before, I did my top 10 worst movies of 2013, so I'll also be putting that a link to that below in the description, and yeah, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Comment below on what you think were the top 10 movies. Do you agree with my list, or do you disagree? Do you think one of my honorable mentions should have been on this list, or do you think another movie should have been on this list? I want to hear what you're thinking. So comment below on that. Yeah, share on Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, or Vine, or whatever you guys prefer. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about me, my channel, and at 12 o'clock at night, tell them Happy New Year's. So yeah, I may be doing one more video later today on top 10 the most anticipated movies for 2014, just in general, not top 10 anything. But just some of the movies most anticipated for 2014, and that may be due later today or maybe tomorrow. And yeah, that's basically it. This is Daniel Mart saying bye, signing off.